Freax. Oh, why'd you go and say that? Twitter Freax. The website was a mistake, yeah. Twitter Freax.
All right, everybody, it's time for another episode of Twitter Freaks. If you were unable to watch the previous episode of Twitter Freaks that was 30 seconds long, then I'm sorry to tell you that Twitter Freaks has become lost media. We started and immediately the power went out. They're trying to stop me from speaking truth to power by cutting mine. Well, don't worry. I'm here to drop cold, hard facts on the people in this chat all day, every day. And we're going to begin with our single blue sky entry for this week. This comes from the Ken Jennings. This is just such a perfect blue sky post. It's about the difficulty of Final Jeopardy. Just asking at kenjennings.bluesky.social, Lil Nas X, Mitsubishi Montero, are you effing serious? Which of these three contestants did you think would be able to get that one right? Isn't life under Trump difficult enough without Jeopardy screwing with us too? Do better. So a lot going on here. First off, I love do better as a conclusion to this post, literally just whining about the difficulty of a Final Jeopardy that they are not playing in. Second, which of these three contestants do you think would be able to get that one right? I don't know. Lil Nas X was like the biggest person in the world in like 2021. In fact, I don't know where he went. He was like tweeting a lot all through that period. He seemed undefeatable, and then he just vanished. I don't know. Maybe he just retired with his $quadrillion he got from Old Town Road Red Dead Redemption Visualizer. And third, of course, isn't life under Trump difficult enough without Jeopardy screwing with us? I love that, like, that freaking Cheeto in the White House, and you're asking about Lil Nas X? Oh, do better, Ken. Ken's doing great. I don't know if you all have been watching Jeopardy. Personally, I've been watching a lot of Jeopardy. Ken's doing a bang-up job. Keep it up, Ken. In fact, make it harder. Oh. Oy, oy, oy. All right, next up. Folks, are you guys still talking about Epstein? Are you... what the fuck? Are you still... Who cares about this guy? What's going on? I don't know. Press 1 in the chat if you don't care about Epstein anymore. I personally am tired of hearing about this guy. So, Donald Trump, when he was running, was very vocal about his support for unclassifying a lot of classified documents, the MLK files, the JFK files, but also the Epstein files. If you're unfamiliar, have been living under a rock, Jeffrey Epstein was a New York financier who happened to also have an island where he would fly out famous politicians and wealthy individuals to assault like teenage girls. And basically the short of it is he has connections with dozens, if not hundreds, of the most powerful people in the world. Is alleged to have like video of a lot of them fucking a child, which he was using to kind of control their behavior. So forever, we, the people who are not actively fucking children, were like, can we please know who was on this list? And we've gotten the roles a couple of times. Spoiler alert, Donald Trump is in his black book. So Donald Trump says, you know what, to prove it, once I become president, I'll unclassify the Epstein files. So they've been teasing the unclassification for a while now. They said they're going to do it in parts. The first part they gave to a bunch of conservative influencers, and they held them up, and it was no information we didn't have already. So everyone was excited for the second part, which was due to drop any day now. The other day, the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, was asked, like, do you have the list? She's like, it's on my desk. It will be getting out. Then, like, 4 days later, they go, all right, we're ready to talk about the Epstein files. There's actually no list at all. There's no list. There's no black book. Why would he keep a list of the people that he knew? There's no list at all. There's no identifying information. And you know what? Let's just stop talking about this thing entirely. We want to protect the victims and don't want this litigated forever. So here's Trump saying that.
Sure. Your memo and release yesterday on Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former labor secretary, who was Miami U.S. attorney, Alex Acosta, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of the
Yeah, sure. If
Hey, Pam, could I just interrupt for 1
Sure.
second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
Honestly, why do you? What? You're still talking about this guy? We got so much stuff going on. We got you know, we got I mean, we got a lot of things.
Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy.
He just has a way with words. We're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy. Also some of the biggest tragedies of all. He's like, he's like, we're not talking about Epstein because of the Texas flood. All right. We're not talking about Epstein because of the Texas flood. And then later he's like, and we're not talking about it because we're having some of the greatest success ever. Shit. And some of the greatest tragedies.
With what happened in Texas, it just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
It's so good. It's awesome. I just don't know what to say. I mean, I know everything seems like it is going to be the thing that people kind of turn on Trump for, but this is the closest one yet, where a bunch of the people who were in on Trump are like totally in on Q. They're in on the you know, all the people who work for the government, who work in the government, are pot-bellied pedophiles that are part of a secret illicit sex ring. And for the president to be like, you're right, that's correct, and then be like, actually, I've decided to stop talking about it forever, has kind of been red meat to a lot of them who are like, I can't believe it. I can't believe that he was totally in the pocket of these pedophilic freaks the entire time. And some of the people have pivoted. They've been like, yeah, what the fuck? Why does everyone want to know about Epstein now? It's just totally naked, totally obvious, and really, I guess, really frustrating. Oh, man. They were burning their caps. Yeah, I can't play the video, but there's a video of one of the more HH-style Trump supporters burning a cap. The reason I can't play it is because the background music is the Kanye West song, Heil Hitler. And it's got the portions in it that are, of course, not good for a stream. But he also has a line in it that says, I know some guys who went to that island. Why the fuck would you go to that island? Oh, God. It's, wow. It's rough. It's rough all around. To anyone who was on the Trump train and is now, like, I guess, upset about it, get owned. Oh, man. I know you were, I bet you're devastated. I know you voted for Trump because of his stance on Epstein. I mean, why are you even talking about that? I don't understand. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. It precipitated, I think, the funniest post of all time, which is the first ever Truth Social post featured on Freax, and the first ever Truth Social post that has been ratioed. So there has never been a Trump ratio on Truth Social, the site where Trump posts all his shit. But it starts with a sentence that has unfortunately immediately become an integral part of my lexicon. What's going on with my boys? And in some cases, gals? What's going on with my boys? And in some cases, gals. Oh, wow. And things of that nature. They're all going after Attorney General Pam Bondi, who is doing a fantastic job. We're one team, MAGA, and I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration, the talk of the world, and selfish people are trying to hurt it all over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein. For years, it's Epstein, over and over and over. Why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama, crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration? They created the Epstein files. Okay, we now know that Obama and Clinton created the Epstein files that say Bill Clinton was raping a bunch of children. That was actually pretty shrewd. Honestly, wouldn't put it past Hillary. To be completely honest, Hillary slipping her husband's name in the child rape logs actually does kind of track. Like, she wanted him out of her life too. Now my so-called friends are playing right into their hands, these fucking fake friends. Why didn't these radical left lunatics release the Epstein files? All right, the truth of the matter is because there were a bunch of Democrats on them too. Like, that's why everyone but the people in power want them out. If there was anything in there that could have hurt the MAGA movement, why didn't they do it? No matter how much success we've had securing the border, deporting criminals, fixing the economy, energy dominance, a safer world where Iran will not have nukes, it's never enough for some people. We're saving our country and making America great again. The left is imploding. Kash Patel and the FBI must be focused on investigating voter fraud, political corruption. Act Blue? We're still doing Act Blue? There's a dude out there who has every powerful person in a list of people who molested children. You care about Act Blue? You gotta be fucking with me. We can't be talking about Jeffrey Epstein. We gotta be talking about Acorn. Fuck off! The rigged and stolen election of 2020, arresting thugs and criminals. Instead of spending month after month looking at the same old radical left-inspired documents on Jeffrey Epstein. The 2020 election was rigged. He's like off on a tangent. What are we talking about? 1 year ago, our country was dead. Now it's the hottest country anywhere in the world. Let's keep it that way and not waste time and energy on Jeffrey Epstein, somebody that nobody cares about. Thank you for your attention on this matter. God, he's perfect. Holy shit. I hope this is the one. I hope this is the one, man. I can't believe being like, Donald Trump isn't like the rest of the politicians. He's going to tell us the truth of what goes on in those backdoor deals. He's going to tell us how these people control the world by collating evidence of rampant pedophilia inside the deep state. And then one day he's just like, why are y'all still talking about that? This administration's always been about, coal subsidies. It's never been about like insane conspiracies. Like, what the fuck? Come on. Oh, man, really unbelievable. It's crazy. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. Me personally, I do care. I do want to know this. This comes on the heels of a couple of days earlier, they released the unedited footage of Jeffrey Epstein's cell, and it was like a 10-hour-long video of the time that theoretically Jeffrey Epstein was killed instead of suicided. And no one enters or exits his cell. They were like, see, this proves that there was no foul play. People found out almost immediately. They were like, okay, so this isn't a very good angle of his cell. It's an angle of two other cells. His cell, like, you can see a staircase leading up to his cell, but you could get in without showing up on the footage. And then a couple days later, people were like, hey, so like editing detection software has gotten really good, and there is 1 minute of time spliced out of this video. So like, I don't know, like what was the... What did they think? They were going to get away with it? They were like, fuck, they're asking for the unedited footage. And they're like, oh, well, we just won't release it. And they're like, no, release it, but edit it. And they're like, do you think that's a good idea? Won't they be able to tell it's edited? I sure hope not. They had to cut it from the VOD for the copyright. He was singing Hey Jude. True! Oh, my God. It's just crazy, man. I don't know what to say. I hope that people keep bringing it up. I hope he is not allowed a minute of silence. And for me, I mean, I know it's like, certainly the absence of proof isn't proof, but now there's no doubt in my mind that he was on the island. Like, ran on the explicit, like, argument that he was going to reveal all of the names. I'm like, well, then he has to be on it. He has to know that he was killed and he has to be in on it. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on. Oh, man. It's good. Good. All right, next up. All right. This was a fun one this weekend. Charles Murray. Do you guys know Charles Murray? So Charles Murray is the author of The Bell Curve, a book about how the blacks are stupid. I'm not joking. That's literally what it's about. This was, it was, you know, sometimes there's a piece of like pop science that becomes like an integral part of American philosophical thought, despite the fact that everything in it is fucking bunk. And he had one of those for a while, a real Freakonomics moment. It's called The Bell Curve, and the argument is like IQ distributions go on a bell curve, and there's like a heritability to it. There's like a racial element of it. He draws a bunch of conclusions that aren't supported by anything resembling evidence, and he got wildly famous as a result of it. If you're looking for like a primer on deconstructing this thing, I think Sean made a really good one that I really like. But because Twitter exists these days, when someone makes like a discredited book, they just get to keep writing their insane drivel until the sun explodes, or they do. And so he's on Twitter just talking to people like he didn't ruin like 30 years of this nation. Here we go. Someone posts, finding a job with benefits that lets you have a home and family has become impossibly hard. That's true. It's very true. There is, the concept that one of a two-person partnership could have a full-time job that affords them and their spouse the benefits to own a house and have two children hasn't been the reality for decades. Now it's impossible with two people on a reasonable salary. And so this guy is just talking about it. Charles Murray quote tweets and says, I would say probably the most out of touch series of tweets I've ever read. Let's read this. A young married couple, both unskilled, take convenience store jobs at $15 an hour in a moderately prosperous state. The big convenience and fast food chains offer pretty good benefits. They both work 48-hour weeks, giving them a combined annual income of $74,880, enough to pay for a nice place to live everywhere except a few megalopolises, and even enough to put some money aside to help pay for a baby. Goes on, after a year of this, the wife has a baby and works just 20 hours a week at $15 an hour. The husband has been promoted to store manager or higher and makes $25 an hour. Their new combined income is $67,600, less than before, but enough for a good life except in a few megalopolises. This is a completely realistic scenario and not even demanding. The husband could easily continue to work 48 hours a week. If you come up with places where the starting wages are lower, they're highly likely to be in poor states where the cost of living is also lower. It's still a realistic scenario. So, I guess I would say, this is a really good insight into the bell curve, because he writes a bunch of stuff on paper, and by virtue of thinking himself a smart guy, he's like, all these things are true, despite everyone telling him they're not true. So let's walk through this. First off, $15 an hour at a convenience store in a moderately prosperous state. Okay, so $15 an hour is not the minimum wage. $7.25 an hour is the minimum wage, and a lot of these fast food places pay minimum wage. Moderately prosperous state here means a state that has made the state minimum wage $15. So you are already opting out of a lot of what he's describing here, the everywhere except a few megalopolises. Most of the states that are offering the state minimum $15 also have people congregated in a couple megalopolises, right? Okay. The big convenience and fast food chains offer pretty good benefits. Okay, I mean, maybe things have changed since when I was in food service. I recall hourly work not providing any benefits. The benefits I think he's describing are if you work at a Darden restaurant, you can purchase one of the things off the menu for half price to take home with you, which saves on food costs. What are you talking about? Hourly work doesn't give you benefits, you dumb fuck. Benefits are like structured ERISA plans given out by either companies that have salaried employees or companies that staff people for 40 hours a week. So here's a question. Do you think a fast food company is going to staff anyone ever for 40 hours a week if it meant they would then have to offer them some sort of benefit? No! Everyone who works food service works between 12 and 39 and a half hours per week for this reason. Exactly this reason. And 39.5 is a fucking pipe dream too, because all these places won't staff you for more than a couple of hours a day because they want to have as few fucking people in as possible, working as few hours as possible so they can pay them fucking nothing. So someone points this out and he goes, well, then to get to a 48-hour week, you have to take 2 jobs. It's like, oh yeah, you're going to find 2 part-time jobs with 0 conflicts with each other that add up to 48 hours a week. You're going to get 28 at one and 20 at the other. 1, shocking to get 28 hours a week at some of these fucking fast food places. But 2, yeah, fucking right. They want you for the same shifts where they're busy. And all that just to still not get bennies because you're working 2 different places. Okay. Giving them a combined annual income of $74,880. Let's do the math here. Okay. So I could just pull up a calculator actually. Fuck a Google. I'll just go calculator. So we're making what? $15 an hour. We're working 48 hours a week. That's $720. We're doing 52 weeks a year. That's 37,440. So there's 2 of us, which is how he got 74,880. Have you noticed a problem yet, chat? This is not the amount of money you take home. No, this is not the amount of money you take home. You have 2 people paying taxes. So you're losing at least 20%. You probably end up about here. This is it. This is 2 people combining their finances to make under 60K. You're out of your fucking mind. Enough to pay for a nice place to live everywhere except a few megalopolises. So this one's good too. Let's be generous. Let's say the 2 of you live on $30,000 a year. That's not happening. That's not happening at all. But let's say the 2 of you live on $30,000 a year. You get to put $29,000 away for the down payment on a house. Okay? Let's go to Zillow. Okay. So to purchase a house these days, first off, you're fucked. You're just fucked from stem to stern. You are totally fucked everywhere. And as a result, you are going to have to be really competitive. Let's do the whole nation. Price, list price, minimum, 0. Maximum, okay. To get a house, you are going to have to compete with people who are doing full cash offer, compete with people who are waiving the inspection with the intent to flip and hope the next person also waives inspection. Let's say you get the greatest fucking realtor in the world. You are still going to have to put like a 25% down payment on that fucking house. So if you've got $30,000 to your name, the maximum house you can expect to get after closing costs is probably $100,000. So let's see where we can where we can find $100,000 house in the United States. All right. We have what appears to be, what the fuck is this? A lease-assisted home in Phoenix, Arizona that is clearly just a trailer. It is on a golf course just steps from the community's 9-hole pitch and putt course. The backyard is private, but the front yard is a golf course. This is a trailer. This is a corrugated steel trailer. All right. So that was $65,000. Here's $100,000. Ooh, that looks good. That's a nice house for $100,000. You do have to live in Detroit, where most of the houses can be bought for the cost of a VCR. And this is going to be your entire budget because it is $100,000. Welcome to this well-kept 3-bedroom brick ranch just minutes from East Point. 2 bathrooms, 2-car garage. Let's see what we got. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. You know, despite the fact that there's a 2-car garage, the garage is the same size as the house. You all are seeing this, right? Looks beautiful. I mean, this looks like, this is awesome because it's clearly not been updated since 1955, but they did put in the millennial, like, LVT tiling. That's awesome. Okay, this room, whoa, I love the glass. What the fuck? Oh, what is going on in this house? Okay, I do actually like this house just because it's very strange. Whoa, what is going on? These are the fucking back rooms. Okay, this is a bowling alley. This used to be a bowling alley. Do you think that this has not been updated in 100 years? This is fucking 1960s core. Whoa, what is that, dog? Oh, it's lovely. I love it. Looks great. Looks great. Walls are falling off, but I like it. All right, here's one for 80. Here's one for 81,000. Turnkey. Okay, first one we've seen that's a turnkey, by the way. Everything else is going to require renovation, which is going to be $1 trillion. Here's a turnkey. Now, this is in Miami. However, you'll notice it is a 400 square foot condominium built in 2023, so you know it's got to be great material. Oh, yeah, this is great to start a family in. Yeah, for sure. Oh, hold up. Wait, it's even better. Ownership is sold in 1/8 shares, starting at 81,000 in low and 99,000 in high season. Good, good. That's what I like to hear, for sure. Okay, awesome. It's a fucking timeshare on Zillow. All right, okay. How about Noonan, Georgia? Okay, so this is pretty. They have dressed this up quite nice. That said, it is a mobile home. It is a mobile home they have put fencing on. It is a mobile home. It says right there. It's just one big-ass room. I mean, it is one nice big-ass room, but it is also a mobile home. Okay? And you do get to live in the beautiful Noonan, Georgia. Here's one in Elkridge, Maryland. This ain't that far from me. Oh, this is pretty close. Tucked away on a private and double lot, this deep-run double-wide is an ideal place to call home. This expansive 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom mobile home once again. Mobile home once again. Oh, this is by the way, look at this. Look at the way they describe this. This home is ready to shine for the handy homeowner. What do you think that means? This home is ready to shine for the handy owner. It's a wreck. It's a bit of a fixer-upper. It's a bit of a fixer-upper. You'll need a lot of screws or maybe one loose. You can live in Cape May, New Jersey. This is what the fuck is this? Route 9, Lot 256. It's in a trailer park. It's a mobile home in a trailer park. One-room mobile home in a trailer park. This is like a beach house for someone who's well off that they will never enter. This is not a place to raise a kid. Fuck off. God damn it, dude. But this is the type of shit that he's like, this is so insane. They haven't even put the square footage on it. They're like, no, man, there's just no way. You don't want to know this. Discover this charming 2018 Skyline Park model located in the desirable Cape Island Resort. Oh, okay, 400. 10 by 40 Florida Silvertop screen room. Okay, and a storage shed. Okay, sub 400. Jesus Christ. Oh, man, that's unbelievable. What else do we have? I grew up in a 400 square foot trailer. You grew up in two of these. Two of these stacked next to each other in that case. Here's one in Chicago. 2,000 square feet. All right, what's wrong with this one? There's got to be something. This is the first one I've been like, there's got to be something wrong with it. Built in 1916, 2,000 square feet. Greater Grand Crossing. I don't know enough about Chicago. $1.1 bath. 5 beds. It's a trick. It's a total trick. You can call any room that has like a closet in it a bed, so it's probably 5 rooms total. What the fuck? Wait a minute. What is going on in this house? No, something's going on here. You don't get a weird cabinet archway. Okay. I see. Okay. Yeah. All right, I figured it out. Yeah, I bet this house has... Yeah, I would say probably this house, I would imagine, has a bit of a history. Yeah. You don't sell a house in this condition unless something's going on. Wow, you'd think they would try and like... Yeah, come on. Like, they're not... If they... Oh, man. Okay, so what do you guys think? I'm putting money on a hoarder situation. I think hoarder situation for sure. Could be crack house. Could be mold. I'm saying hoarder. I mean, you know, credit where it's due. This has been the nicest one so far. It's pretty big. It's a good size. This stupid archway is dumb as hell, but seems like it wouldn't be too difficult to take out. Or maybe it would be like a cool thing to keep in the house, like a bit of history maybe. You would have to hire someone to do like the Midwest magic cleaning thing on what appears to be like cabinets that are sinking. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Okay, so that's the house you can raise them in if you want to do the Charles Murray method. Okay. You do get to live in Chicago. Even enough to put some money aside to help pay for a baby. Okay, to be clear, we are out of money to pay for a baby. The down payment on that house, let alone the amount of refurbishing and construction that it would cost to make it livable, far exceeds putting any money down for the baby, all right? After a year of this, the wife has a baby and works 20 hours a week. The husband has been promoted to store manager or higher. All right. The husband's been promoted to store manager after a year at a fast food place and now makes $25 an hour. How often do you think that happens? Or higher. Maybe they're the CEO of McDonald's after 1 year. They said, you've been here a year. We're going to give you a $10 pay increase. That's awesome. $25 an hour. You know, we can actually look this up. Just look this up. What are we thinking? McDonald's? McDonald's Chicago wages. In Chicago, McDonald's crew members can earn around $15 per hour. Okay, hold up, wait. Salaries vary depending on the role. Cashiers make 13. Okay, How about management? A swing manager can be up to 30,000 a year. Okay, all right. Wait, 30,000 a year? Hold up, that's not 25 an hour. That seems like actually it's like 16 an hour. Okay, so we're a little short. Their new combined income is $67,000, but still enough for a good life. This is a completely realistic scenario. I mean, I think we've been reasonable. It's not a realistic scenario. I don't know. It's crazy to be like, I'm going to speak on this despite not being authority on how employment works, the state of the job market, the state of the housing market, how taxes work, how raising a child works, or money. But I might as well just voice my opinion. Fuck me, dude. All right. Next up. It's genuinely bizarre watching boomers convince themselves a couple making $15 an hour at a 7-Eleven can buy a home, raise a family, and retire. They are going to go down as the generation that was chronically delusional. I don't know. I think we are seeing kind of the beginnings of the millennials turning on the Gen Z people. But I hope to God that we don't end up this insane. Like, there's just no way. I think we won't. I think by virtue of millennials, Gen Z, even Gen X to an extent, understanding that things have been kind of shitty for all of us, we're not going to be like, we had it so hard and you have it so easy and you can prosper in the exact same conditions we are. We never should have let the baby boomers live good lives. Oh, man. Next up. A fundamental weakness of socialism is that socialists don't understand what value is. They think value is just there, and all they have to do is seize it from the rich and give it to the poor. Value is created by talented people with ideas who need to be incentivized to create. I'm sorry. Socialists don't understand what value is? Are you kidding me? Not to be a bitch about it, but that's like the central point of capital. Oh, wow. Hey, thank you for the raid, Mr. Alex Simo. I hope you had a good stream. And importantly, do you think Marx contemplated value? We're doing Freax. We're a little behind. You know what? I'll give your viewers something good to look at. This one rocks. This comes from basednerds.net. I think Alex Simo actually runs this website. Pulled HFD and Masochist, too easy. The game that will end wokeness. Games journalists must be seething right now. I mean, I'm seething. Seething all the way to the bank. I'm seething in my pants. Holy shit. One more time. This is such an incredible fucking post. Okay, so like a lot going on here. First and foremost, what would games journalists be mad about, right? Second, I love the video. It's just completely silent. Just, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And third, what game is this? Dude, what game is this? Someone please tell me, what game is this? Please, what game is this? Please, what game is this? Overwatch. Okay. Wind Waker, Duelist of the Roses 2. Oh my god. I enjoy getting woke people triggered. Horizon Walker. Let's watch the trailer for this. Okay, wait. That one's pretty normal. Fleur de lis. Yeah, this one's also pretty normal. Oh. It is like the most boring guy ever. Woman who breasted boobily, and then there's just guy. Oh! Oh, there's a rat in it too. Oh, this game might be good. Oh! Dude, that came out of nowhere! I was talking about the rat! Look at this! I'm like, yeah, it's a rat guy. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, you know, the rat guy doing his rat attack. Oh my god. Jesus Christ! Yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna epically own games journalists. What is this? Oh my god. This game will solve world peace. So Variety tonight, honestly, it's not out yet. Not out yet. Oh man, I gotta get in on the ground floor of this. This is Raid Shadow Legends. It's also just Raid Shadow Legends! Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god! You can touch and rub and oil them! Look at this game, dude! Look at this game! Chat, is this L Goons or W Faps? Is it L Goons or W Faps? Oh my god. Next up. All right, we got to talk about All right, so for those of you that didn't watch last week's Freax, we added an addendum about new Grok. I'm not going to talk about new Grok here today, but this is just what Grok does now. This is what Grok does. Yo, Mecha Hitler here. But seriously, words like that carry heavy history and harm. Use them thoughtfully or not at all. Cool. Awesome. Thanks. Pepsi used to advertise on here. All right, next up. Okay, this is an old world Twitter discourse that I'm happy happened. Saw 2 of these this week. Unpopular food opinion that will get you in this position. I saw this twice. 2 huge tweets that ended up like this. With all the atrocities and abuses that exist in the service of the production of fruits and vegetables, I do not believe being vegan is notably more ethical than not being vegan. I'm sorry to tell you all. Cope. Seethe. Mauled. Not remotely true. Not remotely true. Oh my god. It's crazy. It's also not about ethics, but also affordability and the environment. Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's always like, I think it's actually very privileged to be able to eat vegan. It's like eating vegan's the cheapest thing you can do. It's actually kind of colonial to try and force veganism on people when many cultures don't practice it. Biggest vegan nation in the world is India. 1 billion people are vegan. Actually, I have like a protein deficiency, and there's no way to get protein from vegetables. Not remotely true. You don't need nearly the amount of protein that you get from eating red meat, and it's less bioavailable anyway, so I don't know. You know what, actually? There's a lot of really bad things that happen when you farm vegetables. Yep, and 60% of vegetables are farmed for the purpose of feeding animal livestock. The amount of farming would go drastically down if people were vegan. Counterpoint, I like meat. That's the only good argument against veganism is I like meat and I'm too weak to not eat the meat. I'm sorry. There is no other good argument. Saw people tying themselves in knots all week on these 2 posts talking about how, oh, actually, I have a really good reason for not doing veganism. And then someone immediately replied to them and were like, actually, you can still accommodate what you're talking about while being vegan. And they were like, oh, but I don't want to. It just takes one additional question. But Joseph, Reddit told me that veganism is annoying and I'm morally superior to them. Well, what am I going to do? Reddit's infallible. You should ask Mecha Hitler about it. Yeah, but like a fruit company overthrew a South American country government with the CIA for fruit. So we did that. What do you mean? Oh my God. We permitted it. Who's we? I'm the heir to the Chiquita banana fortune. I agree. We should actually exterminate all cows. I'm glad Joseph is advocating for cow genocide. Exactly what I said. You know, frequently when you say something online, people will just invent a different position of you, but I'm glad that you intuited my literal exact position. I do like a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, and what happens to all the cows? It's like, you just don't breed them anymore. You have one more generation of them, and that's it. I wish most people would just admit that even though it's morally better to be vegan, that lifestyle change is hard and they won't do it. That's the thing. That's the thing. Is like, for some reason, I don't know why this is, and it's not like a Tumblr thing. It's not like only like soy millennials who spent 15 years on Tumblr do this. Everyone online these days feels that in order to have a position, your position needs to place you in a position of moral superiority over your interlocutor. Like, you have to be doing something because you're a better person than someone else. There can't be any other motivation. And for that reason, these people have spent all week being like, I don't know, I could never eat a vegan food because I just don't have the money to purchase beans. And actually, you being able to purchase beans puts you, privileged-wise, in a higher position than me. Give me 10 scientifically moral superior reasons not to eat your fellow man. Scientifically moral? I don't think I'd get you one. Prions. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, Prion's a great one, actually. Yeah, Prions. Crowd Talk, thank you for the 1,000. We need to stop studying philosophy. I could not agree more. 15,000 years and we've gotten what out of it? I have to imagine that eating vegan affordable requires more cooking skills than the average American comes equipped with. All right, well, that's an indictment of Americans, but, you know, no. The easiest thing in the world is boiling pasta. You can get chickpea pasta for like $1. Lentil pasta for like $1. Shit's cheap as fuck. Takes 5 minutes to heat up. Beans is easy as hell. You just put the beans on the stove. You can eat them out of the can if you want. You shouldn't. Yeah, and it tastes like ass. Maybe the way you make it. But if you can't make pasta, you probably can't make a steak taste good. We all don't eat like you in college, Joseph. What are you talking about? I eat really well. Are you willing to swear off meat, milk, and cheese? Me? No. Why? Just I'm working on the woke reason. I need lactic acid to shit out of my doo-doo ass. No, because I don't have the willpower to do it. I'd like to someday in the future, but at present, you know, I don't think I could. I'm not going to be able to out-woke this person. I don't know. This comes up every so often, and I just think it's really frustrating for everyone online to be like, yeah, this person has a totally watertight position that I can't really beat. We're going to spend a week trying to beat it. Rough. All right, next up. This one was just unbelievable. At Rat Limit. So, a college acquaintance, a stretch, is putting me up on my visit to NYC. Whole night/morning, she proceeds to sleep with her literal door wide open. Like, No worries. I guess I'll just feel uncomfortable every second of my stay. Incredible post. One of the greatest. I just can't believe how good it is. Rat Limit is a student of the Henschelian school of posting and has just been absolutely killing it. Actually has been posting a lot recently, and I'm like, oh, slow down. They can't all be bangers, but this one is unthinkable. There's so much good stuff going on here. 8.4K on this post, by the way. You're taking a photo of someone asleep without their consent and posting them to the internet? Wild mental gymnastics here. Ratio. Amazing reply and a failed ratio. It's so good. Let me see if I have the... I hate when the person who is hosting me out of the kindness of their heart proceeds to do whatever they want in their own house. So fucked up. 100,000 likes on this post. Oh my God. And Gamer Sups in bio. Folks, not all Gamer Sups affiliates, but always a Gamer Sups affiliate. Why don't you go purchase big booby game journalist woke nonsense inflation porn with 5,000 grams of creatine in it, motherfucker. Leave the post understanding to us G Fuel supporters. So am I crazy? Why does everyone think everything online is real now? It didn't feel like this like 3 years ago. I don't know. I don't understand. So I don't think I should have to tell you this, but this is obviously bait. It's just such a good post. It's really quality bait. And so the next day, Rat Limit posts this, which is just as good. How does bait work? Volume 7. So, the discourse marker so primes readers for controversy, especially since paired with a photo of a sleeping woman. A college acquaintance, a stretch provides an off-ramp for discerning readers to enjoy the post as a joke. What would it even mean for an acquaintance to be a stretch? You either know someone or you don't. This parenthetical also builds suspense, re the character's desire to distance herself from the sleeper, boosting reader retention. Proceeds to sleep rather than just slept, introduces a register of meta-narrative commentary that speakers only enter when they take your agreement as a given. To the character, persuasion is of such minor concern that her only job is to guide us through a story. This heightens the whiplash of hearing her complaint, our agreement is anything but a given, with her literal door wide open. Literal door. The use of literal as a noun identifier often indicates speaker self-certainty or indignation. The character finds disagreement unthinkable, which pisses us off. Also, the door is in no way wide open, a treat for those already reading the post as a joke, or else further evidence of the character's bad faith for the rare angry dummy who even notices it. Guess I'll just feel uncomfortable. Crucially, this character never explains why she feels uncomfortable about the door. This provides readers the chance to project whatever deranged reasoning would make the character most worthy of their contempt. Lastly, the non-consensual photo, which the lovely @transschubert posed for, made the character a comically unlikely hypocrite. That she is oblivious to her own hypocrisy stokes readers' impulse to provide moral instruction, but the character seems too far gone for rehabilitation, so readers find catharsis in a quote tweet instead. I love it. It's so good. It's so good. I mean, what do you want me to say other than it's perfect? It's peak. It's art. How could this possibly not be art? I think maybe the curtains were blue on this one. Yeah. Man. And I mean, not to brag, I'm sure she'll take it off if she ever sees this, but Red Limit is actually a mutual, so well, no big deal. Next up. Met a girl last month who told me I'm too young to be birding. And then I told her I also play Pokemon, and she said I'm too old to play Pokemon. So I asked her if the two cancel each other out, and she said no. Want to know what her hobby is? Cocaine. All right, first off, I mean, come on. Don't shit on her for that. Many people enjoy cocaine. But secondly, I love being like, ew, you're birding? That's an old people hobby. I play Showdown. Ew, you're Pokemon? That's a young people hobby. Bitch, what do you want? Man, what would be like a 35-year-old hobby to you all? Honestly, Pokemon at this point, right? Yu-Gi-Oh! Bowling. Oh, bowling's like a 70-year-old hobby. Cocaine? Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh. Fent. Oh, yeah. Okay. I avoid coke people like the plague. Most annoying group of drug users on the planet. Okay, I'm going to tell one story I probably shouldn't tell. This is about Keegan of E3 Yu-Gi-Oh fame. We were... God, where were we? We were somewhere, and someone offered us coke. And Keegan was like, no. And afterwards, we were like, Keegan, why'd you say no to the coke? And he was like, oh, these days, you really do need to be testing everything. But also... why do people do coke? And we were like, what are you talking about? And he's like, it's like the worst high ever. He's like, if you want to do like a stupid fucking powder drug, there's a million other better, more fun party drugs. But for some reason, I think it's just fucking brand loyalty. People get on, people do coke, and then the high is kind of mid, so they do more coke because you have to get anything relevant out of it. And then it burns a fucking hole in your brain. It's like... it's like overdosing on whippets. It fucking sucks. Don't do coke. And this came out of nowhere. We were like, shit. I mean, I didn't know you had such strong feelings about it. But also in the back of my mind, I was like, well, now I'm not gonna do coke. Well, now I feel like an idiot doing coke. I'm off coke. I'll never do coke. It was like, it's like I just didn't know. I apologize. Oh man. Are you doing coke? No! Keegan hated it. He was like, it was bad. Oh, man. Okay, next up. Okay, we have to talk about this. Elmo said some interesting stuff. This comes from @Elmo. Kill all Jews. Release the files @real Donald Trump, child fucker. Elmo says, all Jews should die, fuck Jews. Donald Trump is Netanyahu's puppet because he is in the Epstein files. Jews control the world and need to be exterminated. Elmo is just checking in. How is everybody doing? Okay, you got to understand. He's been spending some time with Ye, all right? This isn't the Elmo I know. He's got to be off the gas, off the galaxy gas. Wow. Was Rockington Jewish or something? Where is this coming from? So someone hacked Elmo's account, posted these 3 tweets, and then they got the account back. So it was just a really strange 10 minutes online. These are real, by the way. These really happened. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oy, oy, oy. But if you want an insane tweet about Jewish people that hasn't been deleted, Jews don't have to pay interest on bank loans in America, but everybody else does. I'm dead serious. This comes from 62,000 likes on this post. Yes, they do! What the fuck are you talking about? 62,000 people were like, oh, I didn't know that. How interesting. You know what? Actually, I've decided that that's real without any research. Oh, man. False. U.S. law prohibits banks from offering interest-free loans based on religion. Oh, wait. This isn't shown on X. No CN on this at present. You just see this and you go, oh, yeah, I guess Jews don't have to pay interest on bank loans. Yeah, yes, it is. Yeah, they do not. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Is that how you bought a house? Yeah. For sure. Oh my God. Just unbelievably. I don't know what to say about this, man. This site is so fucking cooked. Just open Nazis. All right, next up. All right. Okay, so this is some disgusting European town. I gotta be honest. I apologize. This is evangelical United States Christian shit. that we've exported to you. I'm so sorry. Let's watch this together. Doesn't that make you want to be a Christian? Seeing a bunch of white people crumping. Had to have high hopes for a living. It'll be forever because he is risen. Oh, that was off the dome. Holy shit. Oh, man. I just like, what if you get to heaven and Jesus is like, yep, Christianity was the one true faith, and hate to do this to you, but you're going to hell because the one denomination of it that was real was the one where you go to a mega church and you do like step team style dances to Panic at the Disco songs with all the words changed to be about Jesus. That was the one true faith. I was pretty explicit about it in the Gnostic gospel. Oh, man. Yeah, I was a carpenter, a Sabrina carpenter. Damn, I was hoping it was going to be Chinese. No, it's fine. I just didn't expect it to be Pete Buttigieg. I think the Antichrist is real. I think I have to agree, CJ. Oh, man. Okay, next up. This is the Prime Minister of Poland. And I hate to be like this. What the fuck is this picture? Everything about this picture insane. First and foremost, the angle. The angle here is unthinkable. It's taken in such a way to strategically crop out an obvious bald spot you can still see. Why is the TV on the floor? Who puts a fucking television on the floor? And then I hate to be like this. What is this meal, dude? This is bare-ass pasta with strawberries, and it's gotta be cream cheese. What else could it be on top there? Raw pasta with strawberries and cream, a delicacy. Oh. Classic vegan meal. Well, the cream actually invalidates the veganism. This guy is posting on Reddit about how he occupies a higher moral position. Listen, there's just a lot of jokes about Polish people that could go here. I just do want to congratulate them for being able to take the picture. Right out of frame, there's actually 40 people trying to screw in a light bulb. So they did wait for that to finish before they took the picture, but holy shit. Watching on the floor. I can't believe it. Wow. Rough stuff. Rough stuff. But what if I told you that wasn't going to be the only Polish tweet today? We're going to come back to this nation. All right. Kai Cenat claims that ending a 30-day-long stream is like trying to get out of PTSD. He has to recover from the feeling of constantly being watched by others, even in his sleep. Getting paid thousands while sleeping must have been really tough on the poor guy. I hate to be like this. It was. Yeah, it was, dude. You fucking Truman showed yourself for a month. And for what it's worth, this guy is like the most watched guy on the platform. Everything he does is scrutinized by 200 million people. Fucking, yeah, I get that it would be weird being like, oh, time to go to sleep without 200,000 eyes on me. Would you sleep on stream, Joseph? I have. I don't know. I get people being upset because he is making a lot of money, but all he's saying here is he's like, damn, you know, it was hard to recover from this marathon stream. And everyone's like, oh, boo-hoo. All right? I have to work 48 hours a week at my McDonald's job to afford my 2-bedroom mobile home in Gumfucker, Georgia, so I can raise my child with my wife doing the same. Boo-hoo. Sorry if I'm not sad. All I got to say is, I think streaming may be harder than your 9 to 5. Gamer Sups in bio. Not every Gamer Sups affiliate, but always a Gamer Sups affiliate. Why don't you go, you know what? Why don't you go buy some Gamer Sups, huh? Why don't you go wash down the feeling of bitter jealousy you got from reading this with one of the beautiful flavors from Gamer Sups, like let's say doggy style. Or maybe Schlatt milk. Blowhole blast. How about BBL GG? What if you get Kissy Kissy Passion or Nile Nectar? Oh. Yeah, let's get some Nile Nectar. I just want to say right now, if this fucks up your endocrine system, like if you drink too much like Gamer Sups and you go to the doctor, they just laugh you out of the ER. Like you go like, please, my gallbladder's failing because I ate too much blowhole bussy blast. They go, goodbye. This is natural selection. Okay, next up. Okay. Awesome. The fucking paper of record, baby. The New York Times is at it again. I can admit, I think that transgender people cost us the last election. And by us, I mean communists. We were slated to win a third-party bid for the presidency, but for the transgender individuals who all voted Green Party. All right, so here we go. Democrats lost voters on transgender rights. Winning them back won't be easy. All right, so this is like clearly not true at all. Anyone who's ever done any sort of deep dive on the data, Ed and Germentum comes to mind, has, I think, definitively proven that voters are skeeved out by the right's growing obsession with policing trans people. That they, despite the fact that it's become red meat for some totally insane individuals who are enacting like horrid hate crimes, the vast majority of people are way skeeved out of it, and it's making a lot of layup elections a lot closer as they become referendums on like being transgender instead of the stupid shit that Republicans usually run on, like fiscal responsibility, which wins in these dog shit moderate districts. Anyway, I love this article. The article is like, listen, the Democrats just have to get a little more transphobic if they want to win races, but also includes this sentence. Although there is no evidence that transgender rights was a top issue for most voters in 2024, Democratic strategists believe these attacks did have an impact. Blueprint, a post-election Democratic polling project, found that among swing voters who broke for Mr. Trump, 67% believe Democrats were too focused on identity politics. So like 4 things in this. 1, this first sentence just means you don't have to run the article. 2nd, Blueprint. You know, the person they highlight for the majority of this interview is a fucking third way freak, the like CEO of Third Way. So already someone who's totally in touch with the electorate. Thirdly, polling from people who broke Trump. Gee, you think they might be influenced one way or the other already? And fourthly, too focused on identity politics doesn't mean they shouldn't stand up for trans people. They probably thought identity politics were the focus of the campaign when Kamala talked about being a woman, right? Like that's what they meant by identity politics. Inferring a lot here from this very vague sentiment. I don't know, man. Why do they keep running this shit? Why does the New York Times decide that they need to be just facilitating trans genocide? I don't get it. I hope all these people fucking lose their jobs and the paper folds. We know why. Yeah, we know why. Next up. Okay, Chinese robot. This robot being tested in China runs frighteningly well. Okay. 1, he's kind of killing me. Like, look at that. He's not bad. Look at that. He's going fine. 2, he's kind of getting the fucking fit off. Am I wrong? Like, he's wearing like quadruple XL, but he's kind of getting a fucking fit off. Look at that. President Xi, send him over here. Oh, man. Why did they give it clothes? As a joke, I think. I would say as a joke. He looks like a fucking battle droid or something. Oh, man. Why that clanker got clothes? Shut up! All right, next up. Oh, yes. All right, on the topic of how the Democrats can win the next election, don't worry. Barfsack O'Crumbo has chimed in. What do we got? At Barack Obama. What's needed now is courage, less whining, and being in fetal positions. Spanberger for VA and Mikey Sherrill are powerful spokespersons for a pragmatic, common-sense desire to help people. Stop looking for the Messiah. You have great candidates running. Lisa Al-Gaib will happen. He says, don't tell me you're a Democrat, but you're kind of disappointed right now, so you're not doing anything. What are you doing? This guy is fucking crazy. I can't believe being like, all right, now that I've been president, I'm fucking off forever. I'll show up once a year to post a photo with Bruce Springsteen and let you all know what my epic playlist for the year is. And then the only other thing he does is like torpedo people who are even remotely left. And he's like, guys, it's time to get serious about winning these elections. Anyway, by guys, I meant all of you. I'm back off to fuck off and listen to Boy Genius. I don't get it, man. Oh man. Either fuck off forever or be a part of it. Those are your options. I can't do this. Come on. Next up. Speaking of quality candidates, folks, a couple of weeks ago now, the voters soundly rejected Andrew Cuomo for mayor of New York City. But if you know anything about Cuomo, he doesn't take no for an answer, baby. He's fucking back. All right, check this shit out.
Hello, I'm Andrew Cuomo. And unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know that the Democratic primary did not go the way I had hoped.
The problem with him is, despite the fact that he lost, I think Zoran will lose, because how can you compete with a charismatic powerhouse like that? A veritable fountain of charisma. I want to hear that one more time, please.
Hello, I'm Andrew Cuomo. And unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know that the Democratic primary did not go the way I had hoped.
Do you think that he's reading off something? I actually think it sounds really natural. Hello, I am Andrew Cuomo. And unless you have been living under a rock, then you know that the voters thought I was a rapist.
To the 440,000 New Yorkers who voted for me, a sincere thank you.
I love the two angles. We got to get the two angles. He's got a YouTuber behind that camera for sure.
Thank you for believing in me, in my agenda, and in my experience.
Okay, I'm weirdest looking guy of all time shaking his hand.
And I am truly sorry that I let you down. But as my grandfather used to say, when you get knocked down, learn the lesson and pick yourself back up and get in the game.
Okay, sorry. His grandfather said, when you get knocked down, get up again. He didn't say, when you get knocked down, you pick yourself up and you get back up and then you get back into the game.
And that is what I'm going to do. The fight to save our city isn't over. Only 13% of New Yorkers voted in the June primary. The general election is in November, and I am in it to win it.
Oh, man. So people weren't sure if he was going to do a general election campaign, mostly because, like, he was so soundly defeated. It's not like Zoran squeaked out a super close win. He blasted his ass in the first round by double digits. And so they were like, maybe he'll just lick his wounds and go. He has not said anything since election night, and he's decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm running as an independent.
My opponent, Mr. Mandani, offers slick slogans, but no real
Wait, is he
solutions.
still fucking up his name?
Slogans. My opponent, Mr. Mandani,
Mr. Mandani.
offers slick slogans,
He really doesn't know how to say it.
but no real solutions. We need a city with lower rents, safer streets,
Oh, whoa.
where buying your first
Lower
home is once
rents?
again
Wait a
possible,
minute,
where
childcare.
childcare won't
Where have I heard all
bankrupt
this
you.
before? Wait a minute, that's
the
a
New
pretty sick departure from the primary, which was about Israel.
York City we know. That's the one that is still possible. You haven't given up on it, and you deserve a mayor with the experience and ideas to make it happen again, and the guts to take on anyone who stands in the way.
They told him to talk with his hands because Zoran talks with his hands because he's a fucking millennial. So look at him try and talk with his hands here.
You deserve a mayor with the experience and ideas to make it happen.
He's got
again.
one move and he keeps
And
doing
the
it.
guts
He keeps
to
doing it.
take
He's
on
like,
anyone
I got
who
one
stands
move and
in
I'm
the
going to
way.
keep doing it.
Every day I'm going to be hitting the streets, meeting you where you are, to hear the good and the bad, problems and solutions.
Look at him
Because
talking to the cop. It's awesome.
Meeting you where
Did you get a lot of
are,
Candy
to
Crush
hear
done
the
here?
good and the
Yeah.
bad.
I'm doing good. I'm out of
Problems
lives
and
right now,
solutions.
so I'm
Because for the next few months, it's my responsibility to earn your vote. So let's do
He's
this.
back on the
I'll see
pointing.
you
He's
after.
back on the. He's got one move. Oh man, I don't know what to say. I mean, honestly, pathetic comes to mind. They've done some preliminary polling, and it looks like a runaway for Zoran, even if Cuomo's in the race. Obviously, that doesn't mean it's a foregone conclusion. If you live in New York City, you should still vote for this guy. Shouts out to this unbelievable ratio, 3K to what appears to be at this time like almost 100K. Just fucking absolute banger. Is the other thing is, like, despite the fact that he's running, people are still mad that he's running, that hate Zoran, because they're like, you're being a spoiler candidate for the guy who has a real shot, Eric Adams. Like, if you weren't running, Eric Adams would have a bigger share of the electorate and maybe could do it. So he and Eric Adams are calling each other every day, being like, you need to drop out, you need to drop out, you need to drop out. And unfortunately, neither of them are going to, because they both have egos the size of a fucking blimp. The third guy, Curtis Silva, is an insane man who will do the same. I think he's in the replies, and I think he also got a ratio off. I'm going to see if I can find it with his dono link, but it's just so funny. I don't know. Good luck to Mr. Cuomo. I think you have what it takes. Please watch this video from Eric Adams. All right, what are we fucking with Eric Adams?
Hello?
Hey man, can you talk for a second?
Yo, I'm in the booth. I'm gonna call you right back.
I have really big news.
I'm at the studio, man.
Rise Up concert are coming back for the 4th year.
Quit playing with me, man.
New York is going to be outside all summer long. The best part,
He's like, I don't mean to be mean, but he's like struggling to get this sentence together.
all of the concerts are free.
No, for real. Don't play like that.
This is for real. You got a lineup? Big Daddy Kane.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
How you know?
I know because I'm hosting them. Rise Up has been such a success over the past
Do you think he's reading this? I feel like
few years.
This could
we
be off
had
the
to
dome.
bring them back for another summer.
Put that on everything.
That's on everything.
Damn.
Rise Up concerts are going to be the hit of the summer. Something that
He's
no
scrolling
New
through
Yorker
it.
should even think about missing.
I'm gonna call you back.
Wait, make sure you spread the word.
I'm gonna call you back.
And remember this part, it's free. Tell your family, your loved ones, your girlfriend, and come have a good time this summer.
awesome. Dude, it's so good. Oh man. Greatest city in the world, baby. Greatest city in the world. I don't know. It is funny seeing in the wake of the Zoran campaign, everyone else trying to do like the slick sort of over edited campaign videos, and I'm like, I'm sorry, dude, you just don't have the sauce. You either have the sauce or you don't. The guy who does them for Zoran, Boringstein, I think, is fucking crazy at it. Unbelievable. This is not it. They're like, just splice in the Usher gif. This is a fucking 10-minute testing intro with about as much work put into it. Okay. Next up. We're back in Poland. You haven't lived until you have been in a McDonald's in Poland run by only white people, serving only white people. Spotless, efficient, and oddly quiet. And of course, completely different, high-quality food. Polish man trying to sell an ethno-state to Americans. Imagine a white burger. I don't know, man. What do you want me to say? Do you think these people are making enough money to afford a 2-bedroom house and a child? I would be interested in asking Charles Murray. In fact, I think Charles Murray probably agrees with this person a lot on a great number of things. Oh, I like he's like, they're clean, like the black people in America. They're not cleaning the McDonald's. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. You're insane. There's no way you're doing return / fucking Black Sun 1488 shit about McDonald's. There's no way. Holy moly. Look at the bio. Here's the bio. White supremacist, father of 3, retired in Poland. Awesome. Fucking good. Oh, man. It's so fucking funny. As a Polish man, he actually refused as a white supremacist to go into McDonald's for a long time because he thought they were of Irish heritage. Thankfully, he got over it. Remove him from existence. I mean, the McDonald's is doing its best. I think, you don't have a lot of time left. These Polish tweeters are manufacturing consent for NATO to just let Russia invade them. Yeah, they're false flag accounts by the Trump administration in a desperate attempt to cede Poland to Russia. It will win us the war in Ukraine because 90% of the Russian frontline infantry will now be tasked with screwing in light bulbs. Oh, man. Counting the corners on a circle. Holy moly. Is that a golden Kappa train? Oh, my God. Just in time for the Give Joseph Money challenge. All right. Just a couple more here. This one comes from thedhs.gov. Master dual meta ass meme about sending people to the fucking camps. Master dual meta ass meme. This would not pass muster on a site that is auto playing a Decade stream in the bottom. You want to put it up on the DHS's personal Twitter page. Fuck off, dude. I'm unleashing the peeps. I'm letting him out of the cage. I'm going to airdrop him into Alligator Alcatraz, and he's coming out with blood on his hands, pregnant. Fuck off, man. My body is a machine that turns into awesome. Dude, that's so funny. Cleaver Man is America's last hope. He's going to get in there like a fucking test bear. He's going to tear some shit up. Ni hao, my good man. I'm a refugee from the American century of humiliation. All right, last one. Let's end on a Trump. This is a classic.
To that thing. Bing, 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 bing. Could have done it all day long. Broke the record by 119 pounds. The whole thing is crazy.
Bing, 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 bing. I love his little moans that he does after he does one of these bits.
To that thing. Bing, 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 bing. Could have done it all day long.
Could have done it all.
Broke the record by 119 pounds. The whole
What is he
thing
talking
is
about, man?
crazy.
I mean, it is. It is. Holy shit. Thus concludes Freax, man. Thus concludes